Look, nobody's fooled anymore by the pretty pictures and feel-good buzzwords around carbon offsets. You see those glossy projects, trees planted somewhere, a certificate sold, and yeah, it looks like saving the planet, but deep down, you know something's off. You feel it, right? That gnawing frustration every time you scratch beneath the surface. You invest in these projects, you bet on their promises, but real impact. It's thin. It's often smoke and mirrors. And that kills. It kills hope. Because how are you supposed to keep pushing, innovating, leading if the tools you're given are built on shaky ground? Let's call it what it is. The carbon offset game can be a mess. You pay. You get a number. But behind the scenes, the project might be double counted, temporary, or worse. It causes new problems no one talks about, like forests that won't survive droughts, or communities displaced, or even worse, industries that keep polluting way more because they lean on these offsets as an excuse. If you're a founder or investor who's serious, this is not just annoying, it's lethal to your mission. Here's the brutal truth. Most carbon offset projects don't create miracles. They don't fix the system, they patch it. And patches don't hold when the whole structure is cracking. So if you want to do real game-changing environmental work, stop treating offsets like a magic fix. Stop buying into easy credits that let you pretend you're green while the planet burns. What do you do then? Here's the fork you need to take. First, demand transparent, traceable, continuous verification. Not once-and-done reports, but real-time data that you can trust without guessing. Push for projects that deliver permanent carbon removal, not just avoided emissions that vanish as soon as the project ends. Drill down into their every detail. This means moving beyond trees that can be cut down or burned, beyond single-location projects vulnerable to climate shocks. Seek out innovations that lock carbon away, soil regeneration, ocean solutions, mineralization that are built for the long haul and can scale massively. Second, invest in projects that integrate local communities fully, not just as an afterthought, but as active partners. If the people living there don't benefit or worse, get pushed out, the project breaks down, ethically and practically. That's a guaranteed fail. If you back projects that empower people, create livelihoods, build resilience, you get far beyond carbon credits. You build ecosystems that survive and thrive independently. And finally, don't let offsets replace cutting emissions at the source. This is non-negotiable. If your carbon offset spending is a shortcut to avoid real operational change, you're just prolonging the problem. The real green is in transforming your core business to use less energy, move to renewables, rethink supply chains, not papering over your mess with credits. If you're leading a social enterprise, an impact fund, or an innovation hub, here's what you do. No excuses. Be obsessed with data quality and permanence. Demand full social inclusion in every project, and use carbon offsets only as a last resort, not the backbone of your climate strategy. Connect with partners who are building these next-level solutions. No fluff, no shortcuts. Real action, real accountability, real impact. It won't be easy. The carbon market is messy, broken in many parts. But you're not here for easy. You're here to change the rules. You're here to build projects and models that don't just look good on paper, but move the needle on climate and social justice. That's how you create actual miracles. Millions of small, smart, ethical choices pushing every part of the system forward. So get ruthless. Cut the crap. Demand more from every offset you touch. And push the market to grow up or get out of the way. Because in this fight, half measures kill the future. Don't let your efforts be one of them. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to learn more.